Good morning, everybody. Solana is up at $200 and everybody's really excited about that. It's actually at $209 right now, so we're gonna check what's actually happening. Our target was 208. It is actually breaking that by $1, so that's actually very good and dandy. But the question is, it's no longer a question whether it's gonna go to the all-time high at what's that over here right now at 265 or not. The question is how high after that it's gonna go. So if you go to my channel over here and you go to the playlist, you will see down here that we have been covering Solana for a while right now. 3 months ago was the first video. Actually the first video, we talked about Solana even before that in the bear market, the bull market and stuff like that. I just didn't put it in the playlist, but the ones that I started putting in the place was 3 months ago. And if you go and check it out, it is still, the targets are still the same. The way it played, $100 over here, $122 and $208. Those were the 3 targets that we are waiting for. Right now, they did play out. All 3 targets got hit on the dollar. We got some kind of pullbacks. So we need to figure out how high it's gonna go, or what's the next level of resistance when you get into the what we call price discovery, and we need to figure out what's gonna happen right now, right? Do we pull back? Do we consolidate? Do we just pump to the next target? What's gonna happen? So let's go and do that and look a little bit on the chart and what's actually happening over here. And before we move on, check out the playlist on Solana, because if you like Solana, we also have, if you go to the home over here, you'll see we got members only videos, because we got something called TA Fans Club. If you want to know what's pumping, what's not pumping, what's good, what's not good, alcohol and stuff like that, check it out. There's a link down below, probably somewhere in the description, like always. Anyways, back to Solana. As you can see up here, $208 up here. We have this rising channel that we've been following over here, and as soon as we started breaking out of this rising channel towards upside, because this over here was a rising channel, and as soon as we started breaking towards upside, we went to the next target. Now, I don't know if you remember, but we said as soon as we actually break the $102 over here, so if you remove the channel up here for a while, and said as soon as we actually break the 122 target, and the 122 targets over here, as soon as we actually break that, this move is gonna go very fast. Now the reason for that is because this is what we call empty space. Now it's not empty space on the weekly time frame. There are definitely resistance levels over here where the price might actually stop a little bit and stuff like that, but it was basically empty space. So from over here to over here on a monthly time frame, it went in one line in 1 month to the resistance. Why? Because it's empty space. You'll see down here at $102 up here, we came to the $100, the very first resistance over here. We came to that level, tried to break that, and then we broke that to the next level, and then we broke that all the way towards the upside. I mean, it is playing out how it should play out, but we said like around 120, it went a little bit above that, around 122 level up here to the next resistance at 108. This is practically empty space. It should go very fast. Now Solana is more bullish than a lot of other coins. I mean, Solana is probably the most bullish thing. Solana is 2024 Cardano. If you remember Cardano in 2021, yeah, that's Solana right now. Everybody is really hyped about that, and the big question is how it's gonna go. And you can see up here, I'm in this almost parabolic move towards upside over here right now, hitting the resistance level, but I'm a little bit unsure how this is gonna play out right now, because right now we are hitting the major level of resistance and we need to figure out what's gonna happen next. My take is that right now we can actually go towards upside over here, or right over here towards upside, but I think we might actually have a little bit consolidation. And the reason for that is not actually about Solana, it's more about the market as a whole. We still are pre-halvening. We still have time until we get to after halvening and the last part of the bull market and so forth. So if it starts going right now over here towards the upside, I mean the levels that I'm gonna show you is just gonna get crushed immediately towards the upside, right? So the way I see it right now, we need a little bit of consolidation up here before we actually go towards the upside. It can go towards upside immediately, but I think consolidation like over here, something, I mean, that would be very healthy, right? That would be very healthy. And right now it is at $109 over here. So if you go into small time frames, you'll see over here we are trying to break that level right now. We are still haven't crossed that towards upside up here. You see on a 1 hourly time frame, you know, still 5 minutes. Looks like it might actually cross the $108 over here. 4 hourly time frame, you know, still 1 hour left until we actually cross that. But it is, you know, it is at resistance level over here. Now, if you look at the indicators down here, what you're gonna notice, and we're gonna start with the daily time frame. This is what we call our RSI. RSI is pretty damn high, by the way, guys. This is the daily RSI. It's not telling us that it's gonna pull back or whatever. It just tells us that we are a little bit heavy on the upside, right? So every time we have these, you know, extremely high levels, we either consolidate over here or pull back, right? This all came only to 85. So right now we are sitting at this 88 level up here, and it can definitely still continue going towards upside. I'm not saying that. I'm always saying that there is a good probability that we might actually consolidate over here sideways before we do the next move towards upside. It would be healthy, guys. It would be very, very healthy. Also, if you look down here on the momentum indicator, is right now extremely going to, you know, expanding towards upside, which is actually a very, very good thing. So this gives me actually the other indicator, the MACD indicator, actually gives me, you know, more, what are you gonna say? It gives me more hope that it's just gonna bust through everything right now towards upside, because I don't see still weakness in the momentum over here, and that tells me that, you know, there is also a good chance to bust through the upside. So if you do that, you will see also the RSI continue towards upside, while this is actually starting losing the momentum, you know, once it starts getting higher prices. But it does look actually that it can actually break towards upside, you know, but that doesn't matter that much. Also, my own indicator down here is showing some you know, high levels on the daily time frame, but, you know, nothing to worry about. You know, again, the consolidation might be in the mood right now. You'll see also here, this is my own indicator up here, this top over here, right over here, and this second top over here, just these last tops. Every time we kind of came to this, you know, very, very high levels over here right now, we had, you know, consolidation, pullback, and right now we're hitting that. So, you know, maybe you're gonna have a little bit of consolidation because before we actually break this towards upside, and then do, you know, extensions, you know, real big extensions up here towards upside after that. So everything that I'm looking at when it comes to indicators is telling me right now there might be a consolidation part. You know, I don't know for how long, but there might be a consolidation part. I don't think we're gonna go towards outside. I think maybe, you know, more likely it's going sideways, or a consolidation, an uptrend as well. But right now I believe there might be a consolidation part over here. How it's gonna play out, I don't know. And that will actually be good, but there is nothing that tells me we're gonna go down. The question is only how high we're gonna go. So, you know, previously we had 3 levels that were very, very important. We had you know, $100 up here, we had 122, 208, and we are just watching these 3. So right now it's, you know, the time to figure out how high this can actually go, and there is a couple of ways we can actually do that. There's a couple of ways we can do that. First, we go to the monthly time frame. We don't actually have anything on the monthly time frame. If you go to the weekly time frame up here, you know, we got a, you know, previous, you know, high up here at 250, 259. That is the resistance level. Let's just remove this down here because everything down here is broken. 250, 248 is the, you know, weekly high up here. You got the all-time high up here at was that 259, so, you know, give or take up there, but, you know, these 250 to 259 range up here, it's the all-time high technically, you know, so it should be some kind of resistance, but, you know, good for us. This is not nothing, right? The way I consider this up here is just, you know, something that should be gonna, you know, straight break through that. There might be some kind of pullback over here, whatever, right? I mean, like this, you know, right back towards upside over here, but it is important level to notice, and it goes up from, you know, 249 to 250 to 259, 249, 259, give or take. That's the range up here. That's the blue box over here that we are actually looking at. So we're gonna see once we get to that point, you know, how it's gonna play out. But you know, my take in is that this is just gonna go straight through over here towards upside. Now, when it comes to the price discovery area, and price discovery is everything up there, the reason it's price discovery is because we don't have any kind of, you know, lines that we can just draw on the chart over here and say that, you know, that's resistance, not. So how do you actually figure it out? Now, I do understand a lot of people are using, you know, Fibonacci, you know, and they're looking at, you know, $106. You can see this, sorry, 1.618, and this is actually very, very important. I'm going to explain to you why. And then go looking at 670 or something like that, because, you know, 618. But you'll see around here that, you know, 0.618 didn't do anything. We just went through that. So everybody who was looking at Fibonacci, you know, they kind of, you know, got it wrong. So we are not actually looking at Fibonacci up here. Not only that, Fibonacci's are a scam, guys. It's a scam. I'll explain to you that on another live stream if you ask me about that. But it's basically a scam, so we don't do Fibonacci. So how do we figure out how high do we go? Well, we do what we call at least one way to do it. Not other ways, you know, channels and stuff like that. But at least one way to do it is looking at the axis, right? So the move from the very bottom over here towards stop up here, that's 25x. That's 25x towards upside. So a 50x move towards upside will be, you know, very important level of resistance. 50x. It's actually 49,000, but you know, it's actually a 49 up here, but you know, we're gonna 49, there we go. This is actually 50x over here, but if you're gonna round it up very nicely, it's gonna be, you know, something like, you know, 5,000, you know, percent up here. It's gonna be around 400 bucks. You see up here 408 bucks, which is actually very nice. Up here 408. So we got this level of resistance at 208, and the next level of resistance, major level of resistance, is 408, and after that it's up here at 100x as well. But you know, we are counting from the bottom. There is a very good reason why we do that, and I explained to you in another video why we do that. It's around 800 bucks, right? So we got 208, 408, 800 bucks, so it goes up by 100, because this move from the very bottom over here, wait, let me do this one other one. This move from the very last button did, you know, 25x, so this over here is 50x, is very normal psychological resistance towards upside. Now this is if we count it from the very bottom. On the other hand, there is you know, we could count it from the very first move up here, and from the first move this did, you know, 10x, 11x towards upside up here, and from the red candle up here it did, you know, 10x right now, exactly almost on the dollar, to 208 bucks. This is also a very good reason why we should have a pullback, because anytime something does 10x, it does oftentimes, you know, any kind of consolidation level before it does another 10x towards upside, and another 10x towards upside up here. Now these, right now we are coming to insane targets up here towards upside, because right now we're going all the way up to 100x, sorry, not 100x from the bottom. And I'm explaining to you why. So this is 100x, this is, you know, 2000 level. Now these are right now crazy levels, and you know, I'm a little bit unsure, you know, whether this is gonna happen or not, because it's already going up there right now. But you know, 2000 bucks is a crazy level. But you know, it goes by basics of, you know, 10x, and you do 10x after that. So if you do 10x from 200 bucks up here again, you know, you get to up here 800, yeah, 900 bucks up here. Actually there's a 10x up here, you know, 2000 bucks, let's say up to 2000 bucks, because it's nice and around the level up here. 2000 bucks, you get 2000 bucks if you do two 10x's, right? So you do 10x and do 10x again. This is usually what meme coins do. They do 10x and 10x and 10x, and you know, they just pumping. I have a very low faith that we're gonna do 10x towards upside up here, but you know, it is important to notice. On the other hand, 400 up here being important level of 50x, you will also see that right now this 10x, it goes to 20x right on that, and the 30x is actually the most interesting level up here towards upside, the way I see it, and that's around 600 bucks. And if I, you know, should figure out right now how high this is gonna go, I think right now there's 200, and of course it's just consolidation period. I mean, this is the most bullish thing right now in entire crypto space. So this is only right now consolidation up here. The 255 is just gonna get broken through. 408 is pretty much kind of given over here towards the upside. The big question is whether it's gonna be 605 or 802, and I mean, you know, I always say, you know, always bet on the lower, and if it goes higher, it's gonna, you know, that's, you know, extra, you know, you're not gonna complain, but you know, always bet on the lower. So I would say 605 right now is very realistic right now, the way I see it. That depends when, you know, once we get 400, you know, how this actually plays out, but I think 605 is very much realistic. The 200 and 2000 level, you know, it could happen if this goes, you know, meme coin ballistic towards upside, because you have to understand, meme coins do this, you know, 10x move all the time. Like they do 10x pullback, 10x move, pullback, 10, like, and they go to very high. But sorry, the thing that actually do, they do it like this over here. I'm gonna explain to you. So meme coins do the 10x from the bottom towards upside, right? So you go from bottom towards upside. Let's say this over here is a 10x over here. Then they pull back. A little bit. Depends on the pullback, right? They pull back a little bit, and then they do 10x, right? So if you consider that, take that into the picture, it all, you know, the next 10x, because right now you see that right now we're coming only to some kind of 1700 level up here, but that's because of the pullback, right? So if there is some you know, after a 10x there will be a pullback, and then they do another 10x, right, towards upside after a pullback, not from the where it is, right, but after a pullback. So it might be, you know, a little bit lower than that. All depends on how much, you know, you pull back, how much you know, consolidate, and so forth, so forth. But these are meme coins that do that, and not Solana. Solana just going straight line towards upside, right, guys? Right, guys, it's just going straight line towards upside. Anyways, if you liked the video, you know what to do with the like button and subscribe button. And down there in comments, we got a TA fans club, our community. We got a Telegram chat, members videos, you know, altcoins every day, like watching, you know, what's good, what's bad, what's pumping, what's not. Check it out. Wow, 15-minute video. Damn. Have a nice day, guys. Bye-bye.